I think I remember them. I think I'm good.
Okay. So let's start again with what's your name and job title?
My name is Molly Williams, and I work as the station manager of the Thomas More University Biology Field Station.
What do you do as a station manager?
So as a station manager, my job is broken down into three main parts. So about 30% of my work is our STEM outreach programs. So I develop new programs, do in-house programs for schools, run summer camps, run on-site field trips, and then meet with our collaborators to plan new programs. About 30% is managing the lab programs at the station. So that includes calibrating equipment, installing equipment, feeding the animals, treating the animals if anyone is sick, and then helping with our laboratory research programs with water quality and algae monitoring as well. And then about 40% of my job is just maintenance and operations, so maintaining the facilities. We have 8 buildings on site that I help take care of, social media, marketing, the internship search, digitizing our records, things like that. The part of my job I enjoy the most is probably, that's tough because there's a lot, but probably getting to show students how incredible and beautiful the biodiversity of the Ohio River is. And then alongside that is showing how many careers are possible within the field, because I, as a student, would have loved to come somewhere like this and learn about opportunities to get involved within environmental science, but I think it's kind of a difficult field to break into or understand what your opportunities are. So I think being able to highlight that as an opportunity for students is one of the highlights as well.
You worked here in the past as an intern. Did that play into wanting to work here full-time?
Yeah, so I loved my internship experience here. It came after a huge shift in my career plans. I used to be pre-med, and then I took an ecology course for my biology major, and I realized how much more interesting the field of ecology seemed to me, and it also was a little less cutthroat than the pre-med life. So this was my first real internship in the field of ecology, and it just totally confirmed my change of plans, showed me my love of field work, introduced me to my love of research, and it helped me really identify as a scientist as well, other than just a student. So that was a huge motivating factor for me when I saw the full-time position open up during my job search, is that I wanted to, A, help contribute to that experience for future students. As you know, we hire interns every summer. And then B, just get to contribute to the other great work that the field station does, which not only is so important, but it's also very interesting and fun at the same time.
You talked about how impactful your experience was here for you. How do you cultivate an environment for the interns here to possibly have a similar experience?
That's a good question. I think that some of the great dynamic we have here comes naturally just from getting to live and work and play all with the same people. You get those really close family-like connections, which is unique to pretty much every other type of workplace. And then at the same time, we do try to cultivate that by A, hiring really good, kind, genuine people who want to contribute to that same sort of environment, and then also trying to plan events and designing the internship in a way where we all get oriented to each other and to the space and to our jobs, so that everyone can contribute to that positive environment, especially once they understand it.
So what do you hope the interns share with the students, and what do you share with the interns here as the mission of the field station?
So the mission of the field station is written that it, sorry, I'm totally blanking. So the mission of the field station is written that we want to engage and inspire all of our visitors of all ages about the beauty of the Ohio River, the importance of its watershed, and the Ohio River as a resource, both economically, drinking water, and then also culturally and economically. And then we also want to empower our guests to take action to protect both the Ohio River and its watershed. And I guess the way we kind of enact that mission is through developing the next generation of scientists, both through professional development with our undergraduate research interns, but then also those day-long on-site field trips where students get to be a scientist for a day.
The question's a lot faster.
I went through them even faster.
I think I phrase differently and I combine some, but that's fine too.
Okay.
So with like the research that the interns do here, what do you guys do with that to like move it to the next step?
Yeah, so we have one of the longest standing data sets of fish data on the Ohio River, which has been an incredible resource. That has proven through time that the Ohio River water quality is improving based on the increase in biodiversity that we've been seeing and the rebound of pollution-sensitive species. So we're able to use that data and that proof of improvement as kind of fuel to say, we need to keep protecting this resource, we need to keep restoring it as well. And at the same time, we have seen water quality kind of plateau. So although it is much, much better than it was 50 plus years ago, it still could be better. And the research that our interns do shows that. Although it's good, it could always be better. And so I think that data as well helps us to prove the need to take and to continue to take action to help protect the Ohio River.
Looking back on your time here as an intern, what do you think you value most from summer?
I think that I valued how I came to view myself as a scientist. I think that oftentimes the internship can be daunting because you have so many responsibilities and so many things to learn and so many skills that you feel like you have to master, but at the same time, all that kind of independence and ownership of your duties really gives you so much confidence that once you're kind of put into that next situation, you know how capable you are of learning and applying new skills and knowledge and theory. So just really being able to find that confidence and independence truly empowered me in the rest of my research and undergraduate experiences.
Do you see yourself working here for a long time?
I do, that's a good question. So what I told myself in my job search is that I really wanted to find a job where I was fulfilled every day, where I continued to learn new things, and that I truly, genuinely found the job fun and interesting. You know, everyone wants to go to work, and I truly feel that way. And it's never a dull moment. Every day is different. So, yeah, I could definitely see myself here for a long time.
One of our seminar speakers earlier in the summer, they wrote a quote that was you should have a job that you can wake up to on your worst day and enjoy going to. Is that job for you?
I think so, definitely. And it's hard to have a terrible day at work when you get to work right on the Ohio River in such a beautiful place. But I would say that's true. Even, you know, if I was visiting my family and had to say goodbye, I don't dread coming back to Kentucky where I work. You know, I'm always excited to go to work. And obviously some days are more interesting than others, and that's true of every job. But I truly don't take it for granted how amazing this job is.
So we have 2 dogs on the PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
Your dog, Callie, and then Bailey. So Bailey is much more free roam. Callie is on the leash or like in a closed space. Would you want Callie to be more free roam?
Yes, I have decided that it is my off-season project of the year is to train Callie how to be an off-leash dog. Last time we tried it, she bolted 2 miles into the woods, and Dr. Lawrence had to come rescue us on the gator. So unfortunately, it does not come naturally to her to not go too far, but hopefully we'll get there with training, because it's like the best place ever to be a dog, and I would love for her to be able to explore all day, just like Bailey.
Do you think having dogs here plays into like the community aspect of the PlayStation?
That is a really good question, and I've never thought about it like that. But I think so. I think the presence of dogs can make everything feel a little more down to earth or familial. But really, Dr. Lorenz and I both have dogs because we're dog lovers, and we hope that it doesn't impede on people who don't love dogs. But at the same time, he and I are both people that love dogs, and so we got dogs. I hope it contributes to the field station. I think people like Callie. They threw my dog a birthday party, so that's a good sign.
And then for people who are looking to work here potentially, what do you think is something they can do either in their schoolwork or extracurricularly to boost their chance of getting a job here?
That's a really good question, and first I will preface by saying that we get 100 qualified applicants every summer, so sometimes there's truly nothing that you could have done better. And I experienced this with my own job search, is just there's not a spot for everyone at every job. So the best thing you can do for yourself is cast a wide net. But if you are specifically applying to the field station, one thing that we look for is a proven interest in the field. We don't necessarily look for a lot of experience with highly specific technical skills because most of what we do can be learned on the job within a few weeks. Most, if not all, of what we do can be learned on the job in a few weeks. Okay. Another thing that we look for is the ability to get along with and work with others. So that is one of the best parts about a field station, is that you get to live with your coworkers and you form a really close family. But at the same time, it can be difficult if you're working long, hot days. So it's really important that everyone in our field station community is patient, easygoing, and kind enough to be able to live with other people even on everyone's worst days. So if you're able to get along with other people, work under hard conditions, sometimes that tells us a lot more about you than maybe super specific technical skills on your resume. So we look for easygoing, hardworking, interested people.
And then last thing, you have worked here in the summer, and I know you're here full time, and you're really in close proximity to the Ohio River. So do you have a least favorite fish?
A least favorite fish? That's a good question. Maybe, well, Asian carp, because they're invasive, but that's a boring answer. So maybe, I guess Asian carp. I really like all the fish. They're all cool and pretty. Sorry, that was a lame answer. Okay.
Is there anything else you want to say?
That I didn't get the chance to say. No. Thank you, Anthony.